to Education Matters. My name is Caroline Mutoko, and I told you we will use this space to delve into all things education. And our last conversation with Alan brought up something that my guest today is going to want to unpack on a different level. But first, I want her to introduce herself, because every time I see her pop up on my feed, I'm like, we're in trouble. She's going to say things that are uncomfortable. So please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Esther Mokaya. I'm a teacher, a very passionate teacher. I'm a safeguarding advocate, child protection and safeguarding advocate, because I have seen things as a teacher. I am a podcaster, and the podcast will obviously talk about child safety and child protection. And I am on a mission to make sure that everybody that deals with children has information to protect children. But more importantly, we must give this information to children. I can be reached on the Teachers Podcast KE, both on Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube.
Fantastic. So I'm going to pick up off the back of the conversation I had with Alan Muteti, because he talked about making sure that our young people are ready when we send them abroad, because apparently akienda majuu saa ndio sasa tumeshinda.
Yes.
Lakini he talked about a young man from Osoriot and maybe one from Mukunda. And you told me, but Caroline, that's okay. You're talking about the fact that because they come from poor backgrounds, they probably don't even know how to navigate the escalator at JKIA. But you told me just because they are urban
Doesn't
mean they can also survive. So you're telling me that they are children who are part of the 10 percentile, who also go abroad and come back within no time.
They come back depressed because they cannot cope. So the fact that, there is a perception of us versus them when it comes to class.
Okay.
So the child from Mukunda would think that the child in Kileleshwa, in Lavington, in Runda,
Kuna,
because they drove a Range Rover to the airport, that does not equip them for anything, really. It just pays for it.
Oh, you have to treat that. Oh my God, it just pays for it.
It pays for it. There's no equipment. In fact, I tell my students that the child from Mukunda will come at your opportunities with everything they have, because they have everything to lose.
And everything to gain.
And everything to gain.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, you who is from
Kile,
think my mom should rescue. My mom should come. So I'll call mom. I can't tell you how many parents I've talked to who are like, the child cannot cope. They finish their pocket money within a month. I need to load their card. I need to go there to settle them.
Oh, okay. That one I've heard. Allow me to tell you the story I used to hear when I was in my early 30s. I used to sit around those mothers, because I'm part of that percentile. And they'd say, yeah, but I'll be gone for a month because so-and-so is going to university, and I'll be taking up a hotel room to settle them.
To see that they are alive and breathing. That's so.
The penny has just dropped.
Yeah. So what am I doing in the first 18 years of this life if I really have got to drop my life to follow them? To which I say, get a life.
Okay, so even as the penny drops, in my head, I've always said the only thing privilege should give you is a head start. Okay? So when I was having that conversation with Alan, I knew that because I've said this before, I'm always, pushing she doesn't like it. Yeah. And now more than ever.
She will like it later.
She doesn't like it. So, like, if we're traveling, from the time she was 13, maybe 12. Yeah, 12, because I was a local. I remember there's a time she was going off because her godmother had invited all of them to Kilifi for her friend's birthday party. And I got to Wilson, and then I told her, I'll be over there. Please check yourself in. Because I'm here, but, go through those questions they ask you. Yeah. Did you pack your own suitcase? Learn how to talk to people.
Thank you.
So I've been shoving her. So, like, now, she doesn't give me her passport when she comes back. Like, I know we went to South Africa in December 2025, but usually I'm the one who takes the passport. I'm like, no. Kanayo.
Own it.
And I'm that person. Here's your boarding pass. Poteza yo story yako. Because I need you to also be very alert. I can't be your personal concierge.
Most of us are. But so I think the other thing we do when we become parents is we think we make our life about children. But that's not the conversation for today. So because you
because I was like, can we go there?
Yeah.
It's not a conversation.
No. Our sole purpose is to be parents. And I don't think I was just created to be a parent.
Wow.
So, I mean, this person is going to leave you the way you left your mother's house.
Go,
yeah, they don't look back. And they'll tell you, I didn't ask you to give up.
this is also true.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you're going to, think about your child as somebody who's going to live a life larger than yourself, outside of yourself.
Can I share with you my prayer for her?
Yeah.
And because I had to tell her, because right now she's studying.
Yeah.
Because she's about to go into her end term exams, and then after that, she's going to. Literally, I told her on the 22nd of
May.
Of June.
Yes.
The day you do your final
Paper.
Yeah. You're officially an IGCSE candidate.
Jeez.
She looked at me and she said, Mom, do you have to put it that way?
Yeah.
And I said, yes.
Perspective.
Because if I don't do that, you're not going to understand what it is that you need to know.
Yeah.
But I told her from that day, it's you're a candidate. It's over.
Yeah.
So I told her, my prayer for you is that you will do things that will make you proud, not me. Ooh. That you will be able to step into rooms that I never stepped into and live a life that I never thought was possible for me. So I told her, I don't want you looking at everything we do as mom wants. Mom's just fine, by the way. Minko sawa.
You are actually living your future.
Yes.
She's building hers now.
Yes.
And going to uni and meeting new people and doing things for herself is part of building
everything.
that.
So I told her, my prayer for you is that you will live a life that is larger than mine.
And I tell my students,
in every single way.
If your father is president, you better find something better to do with your life.
Yes.
Because if you don't do better than your parents,
you have regressed. You've regressed.
That's it. So I don't know what will be better than president or bigger. You better do something.
Yes.
That is not in your father's shadow, but better than yourself.
Oh, yes. So it's here. I told her, my prayer and my dream isn't that you will make me proud. I want you to make yourself proud in rooms I've never been in, doing things I've never dared to try, with a voice that never questions your worth. Because that's what my mother gave me. Yeah. So you're telling me that when we talk about the poor Kenyan African students who struggle abroad, there's another reality that I've refused to accept, is that they're children who have grown up with every comfort imaginable, but when that comfort disappears, they can't cope.
Then there's no structure.
So they come home depressed.
Yes.
And we'll carry on from there, because now I'm about to ask for tea.
Get tea. I mean, when you are here, let me take your context, for example.
Yes.
They come to school in a good car.
Yes.
They will go to a good home.
Yes.
And they lack for nothing. And there's a bubble. And Clackets, there's a bubble of protection.
Yeah.
And there's an advert that usually wraps children in a bubble of protection.
Yes.
And that bubble bursts real quick, because out there, nobody cares who your mother or your father is.
True.
Nobody, or you'll find that other than yourself, there's somebody else of privilege, higher privilege.
Than yours.
Yes.
Yes.
And you're in a hostel, not in the elaborate, house that you come from. And the professors don't care where you came from. You're just an international student. In fact, you're a minority.
Yes. In
So,
fact, peg it.
Yeah.
You're not just black. You're black, African, female.
Kenyan.
The totem pole is
Where is
brutal.
that?
Yes, it's brutal.
So by the time you overcome those things that you've never been exposed to.
True.
And then catch up to the language. Catch up to the culture and the food.
And the food.
And the seasons that depress every child when it's winter.
We've got to remember to give them vitamin D when they're traveling. Put that one down.
Please journal it. By the time that child adjusts, it's 3 years. The scholarship they were given has been withdrawn. They have academic pressure. They have a lot of freedom. And they're doing drugs. Or if they do not do that, they're questioning everything they knew about their self-worth.
Oh, wow.
Because was I really this good? And one of the things that the school does is gives them a scaffold to work with.
Yes.
When we remove that scaffold, can that child stand? Because when the building is up and the scaffold has gone, then that's when we test the structure. The problem is we test the structure in real time now.
Yes,
They're already
that is
out.
my thing. I was telling you, like, you know, midterm and holidays, I'm very clear. Load the washing machine yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nobody's asking you to do this.
Yeah.
I'm like, separate your colors.
Yeah.
All right. Load. It's ndi, 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 ndi. And then you
Please.
hear that jingle going.
Yeah.
Come. Now you do
It's done.
the spin.
Unload. Yeah.
Unload, go and hang. That's all I ask.
So now that's not in real time. They get a chance at internship for you. Most of them, this thing is auntie that does it. So if I get to where there is no help, you can't call a mama fua, and I need to load a machine. Why am I loading a machine, ma'am?
How is this
How
done?
does this work? This thing, in fact, the electrical appliances are different.
And you must make your breakfast when you're on holiday. You must.
Must you? There's somebody we can surely pay to do that.
No, the housekeepers work for me.
And that must be very clear. You know, a lot of kids say, my driver is not here. I said, you have a driver. Oh, I'm going to my house. You own a house. I make it such a big deal.
Like, you should hear some of her little friends. We are going to Nduko's house.
Yeah. Since when? That must be very nice. They're like, no, my mom's driver. Or like, okay. So you see, it's such small...
It's small things.
But it awakens their awareness of this thing. And sometimes it's good. I'm not saying we make our children homeless. You worked hard so that your children can be comfortable.
Yes.
But they must be cognizant of the fact that there is more to life than their comfort.
Like I told you, I thought the whole idea of privilege was the head start. So that a child who has been, like, for example, my daughter has been on a plane. She was my handbag for the longest time. She's been on a plane since she was 1.
Yeah.
Are you telling me she still doesn't know how to buckle, What's the point then? What was the point if she doesn't know how to go through airports? If she doesn't know how to be asked those uncomfortable questions?
Yeah.
Where are you going? Where are you staying? What's your final destination? And it's a hard question, you know?
Yeah.
Did you pack your own luggage?
Yes.
And it's a very important thing.
Yes.
And then the other thing is me always telling her, especially when she's traveling as an accompanied minor, and I've told this story before, so I'm not going to tell it again, but it's also that whole thing of reminding her, your headphones can't be on, you've got to be very aware.
Situational awareness.
You've got to be very aware.
Yes.
I also need you to understand that you can be courteous, but please don't take a snack from anybody. Don't carry anybody's bag, even if it's the most frail old lady you've ever seen. Airports don't work like regular life. Yeah.
So it's that discernment of I can be courteous in the estate, I cannot in the airport.
Airports, we don't.
Because nobody cares
we don't do
that I'm a
courtesy.
child. I could be a conduit to
whatever. But you must remember, if, and I say if, I sent her away at 18, 19 to college, she's an adult.
She is.
She's no longer considered a minor.
She has criminal culpability.
When are we going to have that conversation?
We don't, but we will rescue them. We'll rescue them. Let me tell you, the kind of rescuing we are doing, and it's the reason why. I will say this. It's the reason why a lot of grandparents are paying school fees for their grandchildren, because they didn't raise their children.
Whoa.
So you either raise your children or raise your grandchildren. You choose.
If you don't raise your children, you will raise your grandchildren.
Because you get to a certain age of legacy.
Yes.
And you're like, I didn't do well here. Here is my chance. But by this time, you're going to do it to your grave. Because why am I 70 and paying kindergarten school fees?
And I know that happens.
A lot. You go around Buruburu, you will find a lot of those.
It's not just Buru, and I'll leave it at that. So if there are 3 things you could tell the parents, because I remember seeing all the comments from that conversation with Alan Moteti on getting you ready to travel.
Yeah.
So what do we tell the 10 percentile? The ones who are like, I will be situated in Bristol, in Birmingham for a month as I settle in my 19-year-old son or daughter.
That's not muscle.
Yeah.
Build the muscle.
Now. Yeah.
Look at what you want them to do at 18 and work backward.
Yes.
And I know we are busy, but I like what you usually say. You're a full-time parent.
Yes, and a part-time entrepreneur.
Whatever else we do on the side, it won't make sense if you do not have a child to come back to.
Yes.
A child that has a back to know how to go around life. Because life happens, and happens fast. Number 2, let them know the how of how you've built yourself. Context is very important for kids.
Isn't it?
It's very important. How did you go about radio? So yes, I imagine it must be very hard to be Caroline Mutoko's child. Everybody knows who you are.
Yeah.
But do they know how you got there?
Yes.
Then that's the thing we need to do.
Yeah.
Because I have had a child who had no idea that their mother was being tried for a certain case. And the mother they knew and the person they
were hearing about
is very different. What are these struggles? And I think the third most important thing, be vulnerable to the children, because our children think we try once and get what we want. They don't think we fail. Especially fathers. Oh, we were number 1. We are CEO. We don't know how many interviews we've gone and we've been declined. We don't know how many people have conned us. We don't know how many families you had to, work through, family issues you had to work through to be here. So this bubble we are creating is from trauma. So even you have not worked through that.
Parent from trauma.
Yeah. You're like, my child, when I was in primary school, I couldn't buy a snack. I'm going to kill them with snacks.
Okay. Okay. And just listening to you, the other thing I realized is I have met, not many, but certain parents of privilege. I mean, they're privileged. But I remember there was one who spent the year before she sent her son away, and he had to learn how to cook. She said, let's cook.
Yeah.
Yes. You've got to be able to feed yourself. But the one thing I will never forget is that she put him on the plane and then she told him bye.
Go figure.
She didn't do that whole thing. And remember, the truth is, and let me tell you how ridiculous privilege can be, is that child we're talking about from Mosoriot and Ukunda, anawachanga hapo tu, hapo kwa kabla wajaingia kwa security. However, we board the flight.
Yes.
We've got money for 2 tickets.
First class.
We've got money for 2 tickets.
Yes.
And accommodation for 2 to be able to go and not just do a week.
Yeah.
The one that always amazes me is the 3 weeks.
The parents can even attend classes. They're like, let me see from here to here. So when she says they're here, where are they? Where is the place of? Figure it out yourself.
Yeah, please figure it out.
You see, I mean, it's nice to say, let's take a vacation as we take you to school.
Yes, that one
different.
We can do.
But the reason why most of us cannot
and help you unpack.
Guys, even don't get me started on school trips. The reason we don't let go is because we know
we haven't done the work.
We know we haven't done the work.
So
how can I let him go? We will hide it behind that's my baby. But it's because you don't trust yourself to have done the work.
Can we leave it at that?
Yes, leave it at that.
I am with an amazing teacher, and I told you, every time I see her on my timeline, I'm like, tutambiwa vitutaki kusikia. The reason we do that is not because we love, it's not because we care. I'm sorry, you're going to argue with me in the comments and with her as well. But the truth is, the reason we can't let go is that we haven't done the work.
Yep.
I call it education matters. Part of education is actually making sure they're ready for life. Not whether they can do pi r squared.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be back. And I'll tell you what we're going to discuss next. Can we over-provide? Rudini, can we over-provide?